Let's get straight to it. The Minnesota Vikings lost to the Detroit Lions 30-20. Vikings missed the playoffs. It's time for a new beginning. It's time to draft the next great Viking quarterback, like Fran Tarkenton, that got us to 3 Super Bowls, like Dante Culpepper. If it wasn't for his knees giving out, I truly believe his talent, we could have possibly got to the Super Bowl with Dante Culpepper, like Joe Cap, got us to the very, very first Super Bowl in franchise history. Can I talk that talk?
Talk that talk.
I'm going to keep it real, man. We need to take a chance in this year's draft in the first round. We need to stop being scared of failing. We've been failing for a very long time because we have never won the Super Bowl. So let's change that trend. I understand things are not looking the best for the Minnesota Vikings. But at the end of the day, we know what it takes. Even though we never won, we know as a fan base what it takes to get to that next level. We need a franchise quarterback. We need to build the trenches on the offensive line and the defensive line. We need to run the ball way more successful than we have been this whole entire season. We need our coach, Kevin O'Connell, to have a good game plan. I don't know what we're going to do with the defensive coordinator for next season. I feel like Brian Flores is gone. And I'm going to get to Brian Flores later in this video because I truly wish he would stay because he made this team look a lot better than what it did. I know later in the season, the defense started giving up a lot more points, but it's because of injuries. And you know what I mean? When your offense, like I said before, is not doing their job, it's a team. It all works together, man. When they're not doing their job and they're turning the ball over left and right, eventually your defense is going to give up some points. But let me say something real quick.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's definitely going down. I know this is the last game of the season. Don't be down, y'all. This is only the beginning. We trying to win a Super Bowl before we die, and I feel like we can all get that Super Bowl. I truly believe this team is not that far like people might think. But we have to do the little things that add up. Let's just start with, where do I even start? I want to talk about this Lions game. I'm going to get this Lions game out the way. First of all, this game was pretty darn good for the most part. It was going back and forth, back and forth. The Lions gave us their best. We took a little bit of chunks out of their armor. Not that I wish injury upon any player, but we did fight to the end. And if it wasn't for 2 interceptions, I truly feel like we could have possibly won this game. I feel like the turnovers, and of course we gave up some plays. We did give up some plays. But at the end of the day, them turnovers, which is the kryptonite of this team this whole season, the run game and turnovers is what destroyed this team. This is the reason why we weren't successful. It's because of that. It wasn't really the defense. It was because of turnovers and not running the ball successfully. But let's get to Justin Jefferson. The first half was very frustrating to Justin Jefferson. You can see his face expression and how he was looking when Nick Mullins was sailing the ball over him or just not playing the best. Not playing the best, but he did enough to keep us in the game for the most part. But Justin Jefferson, number 18, the best wide receiver in the whole NFL, still had over 1,000 receiving yards, and he missed like 7 games. The man is simply amazing, and he is the best wide receiver in the whole NFL. This man had 12 catches for 192 yards and 1 touchdown. The run game was actually pretty good this game. We had to get away from it because we tried to get some points because we were down. But for the most part, the run game was terrific. And I wish that we had this type of run game throughout the season. We would have been a lot better this season. We finished 7-10, but we could have finished a lot better. And I think it's that run game. That run game. Running backs are so important in the NFL, and they always will be. Ty Chandler had 12 carries for 69 yards, 5.8 per carry, y'all. Per carry. That's freaking excellent. Shout out to my guy, Ty Chandler. Shout out to my guy. But yes, man. Justin Jefferson was that guy, man. He was on a mission. And there was one particular play. Nick Mullins threw this perfect dime. It was like 3rd and 30 in the first half. And I believe it was 3rd and 30 because it was like a penalty or something crazy like that, right? And he just threw this perfect dime pass to Johnny Munt. That was a nice throw. I just wish he could make throws like that, man. Like, instead of throwing the interception and sailing the ball over the wide receiver's head and it goes right to the dang on corner of safety, why can't he make passes like that, man? More consistently. And he did throw a good touchdown pass to Justin Jefferson. It was pretty ball, man. Pretty ball right to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson caught it. Touchdown, baby. That's what we need. That's the thing about this team that doesn't make no sense. If we run the ball a little bit better and we make sure we give the ball to the best wide receiver in the game, I guarantee you things will work out more than not. You know what I mean? I guarantee you things will work out more than not. But the unfortunate thing is the play call, and we get away from the run way too quick. We give up on it way too quick. I do want to say Jordan Addison had a few good catches as well. 4 catches for 57 yards. Josh Oliver had 2 catches for 31 yards. Nick Mullins, for the most part, had an okay game. You take out the interceptions, which you really can't because he got 2 interceptions. But if you take out those interceptions, he played pretty darn well for the most part. He played pretty darn well for the most part. Let's get to the Lions real quick, man. The Lions, I'm hoping that they are healthy going into the playoffs. I don't wish injury on nobody, but their tight end, what's their tight end's name? Laporta. He left the game. He did have a touchdown. He had 5 catches for 29 yards. He left the game. It looked like it was a knee injury, but I'm hoping that he's good. What's his name? Not even what's his name. Let me put some respect on his name. Brown. Brown has 7 catches for 144 yards, 20.6 per catch and 1 touchdown. He destroyed our secondary. So that's another thing we're going to need. We need a better secondary. But, Brian Flores could only work with what he has, y'all. Like, think about what it was last season to what it is now. I'm not making excuses for the defense, but giving up 30 points, it seems like every game for the last 3 to 4 weeks. But, man, he's working with what he has, bro. And from what it was, 31 to now, it's probably like in the early teens, like 15, 14 this year. That's pretty darn good. Back to JJ real quick, because I can't talk about the Lions wide receiver without talking more about JJ, man. JJ, man, I'm going to say this right now. I don't care what nobody says, Justin Jefferson. Us Viking fans, most of us, the majority of us Viking fans, even though we got a lot of holes on our team, we do not want to trade you, bro. We want to keep you. We want you for our franchise quarterback. I can only imagine, say it's Caleb Williams, say it's Jayden Daniels, say it's Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, Drake Maye, whoever it is, I'm going to ride with that quarterback because I'm going to have confidence that we're going to make the right pick. But whoever it is, Justin Jefferson is going to help that quarterback. Justin Jefferson is going to make those catches that might be thrown behind him, might be thrown too high. He's going to make that catch with one hand. Justin Jefferson makes some of the bad throws good throws because he catches everything around him. Everything around him he's going to catch. I'm not getting rid of Justin Jefferson. I don't care what nobody says. If you think we should trade him, I understand, but I don't understand at the same time. Because as much as I like Jordan Addison, he ain't no Justin Jefferson, man. And I mean that in no disrespect. There's nobody like Justin Jefferson in the whole NFL. You feel me? So I'm going to end that conversation now for me. I'm not trading him. But let's get back to the game. Yeah, the Lions did their thing for the most part. They did their thing. They got the dub. I don't believe they're going to get the second seed, but we'll see what happens. If the Cowboys lose and the Eagles lose, they possibly can get the second seed. I don't see the Cowboys losing. Maybe the Eagles might lose because the Eagles been just losing lately, but they're not going to get the second seed. But let's get to the draft real quick. It's between 12 and 10, maybe even 9. I just want to say this to all the Viking fans, and I mean this in no disrespect to Kirk Cousins. I'm just ready to move on from him. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but I'm to the point where we have so many holes on this team, right? If we draft our quarterback and say he's okay, right? Say he's good or great, who knows? You know, it's a risk when you draft any player, especially a quarterback, right? But say he is pretty good, right? He's on a rookie contract, and then we can use the extra money to pay for the holes that we have in free agency. That's what I'm thinking. We have to pay Justin Jefferson because I'm not losing Justin Jefferson. We have to pay Darisaw. Those are the 2 players definitely that I'm paying. Everybody else probably can go. I'm not sure how Brian O'Neill's contract is. Hopefully he's healthy next season, but I'm just telling y'all, man, the only way we're going to be able to build this team is to get a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract. We're not going to have enough money to get the team built the way we want to. We need a new center. We need a corner. We need a defensive tackle. We need a defensive end. We need linebackers. We need a lot of help. And in order for us to do that, we have to have that quarterback on that rookie deal. We have to. So we can spread that money out. But let's get to what I was talking about earlier about Brian Flores. Brian Flores most likely is going to be leaving. He's going to be a head coach somewhere, maybe the Patriots or wherever team. I hope the best for him. But I definitely salute Brian Flores on what he did to this Vikings defense, man. It was night and day from last season to this season. And I appreciate how he made a team that had a bunch of so-called nobodies into somebodies, and they were pretty good for most of the season. I appreciate that he gave Ivan Pace Jr. an honest chance, and Ivan Pace Jr. is possibly a star. I just like what he's doing, man. And I know whatever team he goes to, whatever team he's the head coach of, I know he's going to be successful because I believe in Brian Flores. I really do. But I'm going to say this right now. Regardless of the running back we draft, we have to make sure we draft a running back, in my opinion, or get him in free agency, right? But it doesn't matter what running back we have on this roster if our head coach doesn't want to run the ball. So I'm hoping and I'm challenging Kevin O'Connell to have that mindset. Yo, even though we got these great wide receivers, we got a great tight end, TJ Hockenson, get healthy, please, as quick as possible for next season because we're going to need you. Even though we have all these weapons, right? We have to establish the run. Every single great quarterback that won a Super Bowl had a good running game. Guarantee you. 9 times out of 10. It doesn't matter how good that quarterback is. Doesn't matter how good. The running game is still very impactful in today's NFL. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. It is the reason why teams win Super Bowls still to this day. So that's all I got to say, man. This game, the Vikings, for the most part, played with heart and desire to win. But they just were too injured, were too hurt on both sides of the ball. And I'm just happy they gave up they put up a good fight. That's what I'm happy about. I love the Vikings. I'm hoping that this offseason we make the right moves. And I know that soon we're going to get a Super Bowl in the next few years. I truly believe that. Let's go, man. Let's go, Vikings. Skol. Don't be sad, y'all. Don't be sad. This season went by quick, didn't it? This season went by way too quick. But I'm out. This is the end of the video. I truly appreciate you vibing with the bull. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I'm out.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.
I really do this.
I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.